Good morning. Thank you, Catherine. I'm Melinda Miller, the Southwest District 4-H Program Development Coordinator and co-author of Georgia 4-H's Your Money, Your Future Youth Financial Literacy Curriculum. I was delighted to assist in the development of these resources several years ago, along with Extension Specialist Michael Rupert and Chris Peavy, as well as Rachel Hubbard. I'm excited to share the basics of these lessons that we created for our Family and Consumer Sciences and 4-H staff to teach youth the relationship between money and their futures. It's such an important life skill, and while I can't review all 10 lessons in just a few minutes, I'll give you tips on helping you have conversations and take some action steps with your children at home. Much of what we all learn comes from our upbringing when it comes to money. And the images on the screen contain quotes that I can remember hearing my own mom share with me on many occasions growing up, such as "Money doesn't grow on trees, Melinda. A penny saved is a penny earned, and you better save your money for a rainy day." And when I was a very small child, I didn't understand that what she was really talking about was the value of hard work, compound interest, and having an emergency fund. But she was. Next slide, please. Of course, none of us are perfect, but being careful with our money requires discipline. In 4-H, we pride ourselves on teaching children and teens to develop skills necessary to become confident, competent, and contributing citizens. And this includes being financially capable. So how do we, as parents, guardians, caregivers, especially during this very challenging time, accomplish that? We need to set a strong example. And many of these items on the list may seem basic, but they really are the keys to financial freedom. So first, set that strong example at home and be open to discussing finances with your children. You can get them involved in helping make some decisions for the family that are appropriate. Most likely, they understand that you have a job and earn an income. If they are young, explain to them why you work. We work to earn money so that we can buy things we need, like food, a home, clothing. Kids need concrete examples. And by practicing using a budget, you can help show them that you have a limited amount of income to spend on those basic needs and maybe some of your wants. And what's left over, you either save, give to church or charity, or maybe you can do all of that. Additionally, research tells us that we're most likely to be successful by setting smart money goals. Goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and accomplished within a certain time frame. One of those goals should be to save a certain amount of money each week, month, or year, and to help kids know to save it for a long time. By saving in an interest-bearing account, kids learn that their money grows simply by just leaving it alone. Since banks pay you interest to hold on to your money, you can also help your children begin to understand credit. Most of us need to borrow money when buying a home or a vehicle. And if we manage our money well and pay our bills on time, then we're more likely to get approved for low interest loans and maybe low interest credit cards. So the lower the interest rate, the faster we can generally pay off those debts. And finally, teach your children the value of investing in themselves and role model that. Invest in your own education, extra classes, certifications, any sort of professional development, and commit to excellence. It will pay off in the future. More to come in just a few moments on that topic. Next slide, please. Some strategies that can help young children and teens grasp these concepts include learning that work really is not a bad word. Kids of all ages can be given age-appropriate tasks at home, like chores, and maybe you already incorporate that at home. There is some research that suggests kids should be expected to help at home just like we do without getting paid. After all, nobody pays us to mow the lawn, clean the house, take out the garbage, right? Other financial experts recommend allowing kids to earn a commission. So if they take out the garbage, wash the dishes, or whatever you ask them to do, they earn a commission. But if they don't get those things done, they don't earn the money, right? That's the real world. Whether they're taking out the garbage at your house or working in a fast food restaurant, they're learning to earn. Other ways of using resources might be selling their old games or electronic equipment on an app or on an online platform. Do what will help kids learn that work is good, and that's how most of us do get our money. Finding a budgeting app, and many of them are free and at no charge, helps kids learn using technology that they love without requiring any personal information to be shared. There are lots of options online for those apps. And so if budgeting helps kids to plan to save, but actually dropping those coins into the piggy bank is hard for them, remind kids that that's the easy part. Anybody can spend. But we accumulate wealth by sticking to our plan and saving our money. When we're young and we start saving with interest, our money will grow over time. For some kids who are self-motivated, the idea of earning and saving money for a special purpose is exciting and it's challenging. For others who may be less motivated on their own, you'll likely have to be more creative. So I urge you to figure out what motivates your kids. Do they just like to get stuff and collect stuff? Or do they like healthy competition, such as saving a certain amount of money within a certain time frame, faster than you can, or maybe a sibling? Maybe they're passionate about starting their own business. Feed that. Maybe they want to sell their own artwork on Etsy or some other online business, or start a nonprofit for some others in need, and that's a passion. Just help figure out what motivates your child and then encourage them with your words and be interested in helping them meet those goals. Sometimes that's all a child really needs, is you to care about what's important to them. Next slide, please. By the time they are in high school, the skills I've shared will hopefully start being implemented in your teen's life. So teach them to value work, plan their spending, and save, save, save. And when they get that first paycheck, explain that we all pay income taxes. With every decision about money, whether they earned it by working or if it was a gift, however they choose to use it is going to include an opportunity cost. If kids learn to budget and save, they are delaying gratification, which builds character and teaches contentment. If they spend sooner than later, the opportunity cost means that they may purchase a more affordable item, but less fancy now. But that chance to save the money for a long period of time is given up. Just like you and me, suddenly as they really begin adulting, these principles will take shape and your kids will admit that you really were a lot smarter than they gave you credit for. By the time a teen reaches their 18th birthday, credit card companies will be flooding them with offers, and the temptation can lead to a lot of high interest debt. But if we can focus our teens to save their money and invest in their education beyond high school, their earning income potential will increase with the level of education that they're able to attain. The chart on this slide shows the median weekly earnings based on education levels according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. I know it's a little small, but I'll be glad to make this better available to you. Investing time and valuing resources in education and their continued professional development will always, always, always be a wise financial practice for our kids and ourselves. So just remember, you don't have to be perfect. Take it one day at a time. And just make a plan and stick to it and help your kids do the same. I wish you all the best. Dr. Penn?